who don't know who I am, my name is Maya Height, and tonight I'm going to be talking about the dark triad, what represents the dark triad, what makes it up, and then why sadism should be included in the dark triad. Now, if you haven't really studied psychology in depth, personality traits in depth, both the good and the dark, then you probably don't know what the dark triad is. The dark triad essentially is a gathering of 3 traits that psychologists and researchers felt really showed what dark personality was. It summed it up. And these traits include narcissism, Machiavellianism, and psychopathy. They're considered to represent the darker side to the personality. According to Madovic and Petrovic, the dark triad traits represent the disposition for antisocial and amoral behavior and primarily are perceived as socially unfavorable. Common traits and core common traits to these are self-centeredness, manipulativeness, callousness, lack of empathy, and even vanity. Narcissism is a big one. It makes up most of the dark triad and is probably the one that people know the most about. The traits that embody narcissism often include cockiness, manipulation, selfishness, vanity, and high self-esteem. The official cause of narcissistic personality disorder, however, is unknown. According to Blaze and Groves, though, early life experiences, such as particularly insensitive parenting, are thought to play a role in the development of this disorder. Some symptoms include reacting to criticism with rage, shame, or humiliation, which means if they are, for example, playing piano in front of you and you give them constructive criticism, they will likely lash out at you. They will try to hurt you emotionally, mentally, and even physically. They also like to take advantage of other people to achieve their own goals. They disregard the feelings of others, and they have a very small ability to actually be able to feel empathy for others. An unknown blogger actually took to the internet and started a blog, wrote a post in order to try to help those who have gone through this. She was married to a narcissist, and she just wanted to help men and women who are trapped in situations like that, or who have friends like that, or who know friends like that. She said, "It became obvious that everything about our marriage was about him. We ate when he wanted and what he preferred. We did for the most part what he wanted to do, socialized with those with whom he wanted to be with, and do what was most pleasing to him in all areas of our life. He expected to be praised for every small achievement, and was in constant need of being stroked and admired. I often felt he wanted cheerleaders, not a spouse or friends. Every business opportunity he pursued was ultimately about self-promotion and a desire to be someone incredibly special." Machiavellianism, however, revolves around manipulation. Psychopathy is more callous and insensitive, though. They really have a lack of empathy. They're antisocial. They just really do not care about other people. They don't have the desire or the capability to care about other people. Sadism belongs in the dark triad, though. This would create the dark tetrad as a result, but it needs to happen. Just hearing the word sadism often sparks negative assumptions. Sadism is most associated with cruel sexual fetishes, but this notion is both inaccurate and unfortunate, according to Ry Hubert, writer for the Huffington Post and author of many psychological books. Those who truly have a sadistic personality trait crave cruelty. Sadists find the act of hurting innocent people, including killing, pleasurable and exciting, and what's more, they seek out opportunities to satisfy this appetite for brutality as much as they can, Hubert continues. Sadism is clearly dark, since it can and often does lead to extreme violence and even death. There was an experiment that was done with pill bugs. A group of people were told to pick between 4 everyday tasks. One of them happened to be extermination of pill bugs that they named cute names like Muffin to try to humanize them and make people who actually had the ability to feel empathy not want to hurt them. And they got exactly what they wanted. They found exactly what they wanted. Those who chose extermination typically showed high signs of sadism and enjoyment of the job. They enjoyed crunching the bugs. However, something happened they weren't expecting. Those who were sadistic, they did not actually show being prone to disgust, which means they didn't do it for the blood and guts. This pattern suggests the disturbing possibility that sadistic types use cruelty to compensate for a lack of general positive emotion in their lives. The other thing they did find, which was interesting, was that those who were sadistic and did not choose that job regretted not being able to choose that job because they did not get to kill something. Often, though, all of these traits, all 4 of them, share common core features. They all lack empathy, the readiness of a committed relationship. They all hurt people, though they do it in different ways. Psychopaths have no qualms about hurting others, but their aggression has a purpose. Narcissists usually only hurt those when they feel threatened, when they're being criticized, or when they feel they're going to lose those in their lives. And Machiavellians, while they will hurt people, typically don't want to. They don't have the desire to because they know the consequences and it's not worth it. Sadists, however, actually do unprovoked cruelty. And it takes effort, and it has no benefit that we know of. Several studies have shown that sadism and the dark triad traits, primarily psychopathy, have common characteristics such as a lack of empathy and a readiness for emotional involvement. They like inflicting suffering on others. They do have a connection with antisocial behavior as well, though. You could say that because it's so similar to others in the dark triad that it should be added, but given the fact that there is such a high chance of someone actually killing someone, it needs to be researched. In conclusion, with cruelty being the driving force of sadism, it is clear that it's too unique to just be lumped in with the other traits. None of them act out of cruelty alone, but they have so much in common with sadism, and that is why it should be added to the dark triad. Darker personality traits are finally being studied more, and an open mind is going to be needed to allow our understandings of dark personality to increase. And a good start is by adding sadism to the list. At the very least, sadism needs to be taken a little bit more seriously and researched better, because sadists so often kill people, they hurt others for no reason. And nobody deserves to deal with that, especially not someone who can't even help what they're doing. Thank you. I really hope you learned a lot tonight, and I really hope that you see where I'm coming from and you decide that this should be included into the dark triad.